mĩario ya oyothe ya gũkũmithia mabithaa a ũcirithania kũrĩa augĩte ĩno nĩ njĩra ya kwagarara gatiba na kũnyarara wĩyathi wa rũhonge rũrũ ta ũrĩa ũtaũrĩtwo gĩgatiba. Kũringana na Kameme, ona thengia ya mabithaa amwe ya thirikari gũkuruhania rũhonge rũrũ na ungumania gũtirĩ wĩira o wothe ũheanĩtwo wa kũnyitĩrĩra mĩario yao. Rĩu Kameme akiuga rũhonge rwa magoti nĩ rwĩharĩirie gũthikĩrĩria wĩira o wothe ũngĩheanwo wĩgĩmainie na ungumania o wothe.
Through access to justice as we await the recruitment and appointment of a new Chief Registrar by the Judicial Service Commission. Let me use this occasion to reiterate the position of the Judicial Service Commission and indeed of the entire judiciary that we are ready to process any complaints against any judge or judicial officer who is implicated in corruption or in any other acts of misconduct, and state that we abhor corruption in all its formats, be it bribery, which is indeed a crime. However, such complaints must be launched and processed in the manner prescribed by the Constitution. Days are gone when officers were hounded, judges, judicial officers were hounded out of office through name calling and naming and shaming. The Judicial Service Commission, which is the body mandated by the Constitution to deal with matters of complaints, will only act on the basis of evidence and not on blanket statements or allegations that have not been substantiated. Doing otherwise will mean that we will be overthrowing the Constitution, which we all swore to protect and to promote, and also throwing out the rule of law. That the Judicial Service Commission will not do. I will continue to urge our honorable judges, judicial officers, and judiciary staff to continue discharging their duties in accordance with their oaths of office and in accordance with the law. Let us remain true to the constitutional instruction.
Kĩama kĩa mawakiri gũkũ bũrũri-inĩ LSK nĩ gĩtabanĩtie mũrũrũngano wa thayũ makĩmenereria mĩario ya mũtongoria wa bũrũri William Ruto ya gũkĩrĩra rũhonge rwa magoti mahinda kwa mahinda. Mawakiri aya marũrũnganĩte kuma igoti-inĩ itũgĩru nginyagia wabici-inĩ cia mũtongoria wa bũrũri Harambee House makĩendekithia honge cia magoti itige gũkuruhanio na ũteti na oho ikorwo ikĩheo gĩtĩo kĩrĩa gĩciagĩrĩire kũringana na gatiba ya bũrũri ũrĩa yathanĩte.
Learned colleagues, President Theory has said it. And you know, we would normally say that one has nothing more useful to add because he has laid it bare. And we are here to stand in solidarity with Kenya, in solidarity with a very important historical document, Constitution 2010, and under its terms, responsibilities are very well elaborated. So if the executive chooses to cause aggression against our judges, and some of us have said it before, and I just want to thank President Theory for this very bold step, and to thank members of the Law Society, including members of the senior bar, led by Fred Ojambo, for the very clear position we have all taken. And so I was talking to members of the international media here. They are all very concerned. This is an important country, not just in the region, not just in the African region, but the world. And therefore, if Kenya gets it wrong, and we allow a situation where judges will be intimidated into issuing orders that just favor the executive, then we have lost it. Of course, the example here, and I don't know why anybody will feel so bad about it, wanting to force judges to issue favorable ruling with regard to the punitive taxes, and more particularly, the housing tax. Let them be bold enough and accept. This cannot just be accepted. Therefore, Chief Justice Martha Kameme and your team, we want to say as Law Society that we stand in solidarity. We are not even here to ask you to issue any favorable orders, but just as the President has said, to do the right thing under the law. If this country is not under the rule of law, then it can only mean we are under the jungle law, and that cannot happen. That's why our parents have spent so much money to get such cream of learned lawyers and other professions as well. We know if other professions as well had the time, they would also speak the same language. So, Mr. President, aluta continua.
The struggle continues.
The struggle continues. Thank you.
Tekeleza katiba. I think what we do, yes, the leaders need to take also.
Omwe wahuraniri ha giturwa kia president wa kiama kia mawakili LSK Njoki Boshe ni acoketie maratathi make ma kwamurwo tomwe waria magakorwo kihitahitano-ini giki hindi ya githurano kiria gikahanika tariki 22 mweri wa keri mwaka uyu. Njoki uria uramurirwo kuhuranira giturwa giki ni uria wari mucirithania wa igoti ikaru Dr. Willy Mutunga na wakili Judy Thogori ni augite ni hariirie gutungatira kiama giki na gucokia mukaro mamwe ma maundu maria makoretwo mataguthio wega thiini wa thirikari.
Njoki Boshe presents my papers for nomination to serve as the next president of the Law Society of Kenya. It's indeed a great honor, a great endorsement, and a great sign of confidence in my ability to serve as the next president of the Law Society of Kenya. This nomination and my presidency comes at a timely time for the country as well as for the membership of the Law Society of Kenya. The country is going through difficult times. The rule of law is under attack. We have problems of overtaxation. We have problems of bread and butter. And each one of these problems, including issues of legislation being passed day in, day out, that infringes on each one of these aspects, also then directly affects our membership. It is therefore extremely important that members of the Law Society of Kenya are protected. Our welfare, our bread and butter is protected through legislation that then, for instance, urgent review of the remuneration order. When an advocate is earning well, they can also be able to serve the public better by then taking up pro bono matters. It is therefore important that we take care of our advocates. Also, when we look at issues of cross-border practice, it is important that we make sure that our advocates in Kenya have the best benefit, they have an advantage. And so, even when the president is talking about issues of visa, we must make sure that we have strategic collaboration.
Thutha wa makiria ma miaka 10 ya ngucanio ya arimi a macani bururi-ini na ruhonge rwa KTDA iguru rigie uiguano wa uramati wa wendia wa macani, muthia arimi na KTDA ni mekiranire ngirimiti ya wendia na uramati wa mbeca iria ciumanaga na wendia wa macani toria turamenyithio ni Wambui wa Mwangi.
Muthia arimi a macani kuma kaunti ya Murang'a nimetekerete gwikanirira ngirimiti igie wendia wa macani na uramati wa ithei ciothe 10 cia macani na ruhonge rwa KTDA, muvango uria urugamirirwo ni Tea Board of Kenya. Ona kuri uguo ngirimiti ino kana management agreement ĩkanĩrĩirwo kĩrore ũtukũ gatagatĩ thutha wayo kũrehe warĩ mwarĩ directors makĩregana na mamwe ma maũndũ marĩa marorotire KTDA gũkorwo ĩcenjetie mũgarũ na ũrĩa maiguithanĩirie.
Chairman TBK, why us as factory boards want to contract the brokers is one, we need people who shall listen to us. TBK chairman allow us to get it back to us, then we send the document and we say good night.
Yes, we have insurance, so we are inventing the wheel, which is not important. So I'm proposing a deletion, or else that function to go back to the board. Yes, and we delete 10. Yes.
Board members ya KTDA arĩa marũgamĩrĩire arĩmi Chege Kĩrũndĩ na Mwangi Gĩthĩnji magĩtongoria mũcemanio ũrĩa ũrakuire mũthenya mũgima na ũtukũ wothe.
If he doesn't sell, then of course he's failing his contract. So Mr. Chairman, let us get these things very clear. That whoever you have given authority is the person who you should follow.
Mũikarĩri gĩtĩ wa Board of Kenya Kamau Kĩhiũ arare na ihinda iritũ rĩa kũiguithia directors gũkũ mũikarĩri gĩtĩ wa rũhonge rwa ũramati KTDA MS Solomon Maina agĩtuithania cira ũyũ thutha wa gwĩtĩkĩra mawoni ma directors.
It has been misused by both parties, the broker and the board members. So that's why it's been, and I'm not saying you're not going to do.
There are several clauses here that are highlighted. Personally, I am willing to give on this and the others on condition we're not touching anything else on this management agreement. Just a minute, Professor. Because we didn't come for re-engagement. We didn't come to start again negotiating. According to us, we actually thought we are now coming for signing.
Nake mũikarĩri gĩtĩ wa KTDA Holdings Enos Njeru akiuga wabata nĩ atĩ rĩu mũrĩmi nĩ akũiganĩra kuona mahinya mothe ma ũramati wa mbeca, ũgũri wa indo ta marori ma gũkua macani, kuorota brokers cia kwendagĩria arĩmi macani na mangĩ maingĩ macokerio board na directors a ithĩi ici cia macani. KTDA ĩgĩtunyũkithio kĩgĩna kĩa birioni 14 iria ĩronganagia kuma kũrĩ arĩmi a macani a kaunti ya Murang'a na gũtigĩrwo birioni 8. Directors makiuga rĩu mbeca ici cigũcoka mũhuko-inĩ wa mũrĩmi.
Rĩu tugĩte ũhoro wa mbeca ũcoke factory ume head office kũrĩa KTDA. Rĩu director arĩ thĩinĩ wa factory nĩ arĩhotaga kuona mbeca cia mũkũria na kayana rutha ihũthĩrwo.
Twacenjia rate ya agreement ya fees ya KTDA kuma 2.5% to 1.5% na namba igĩrĩ. Aruti a wĩra arĩa marakoragwo me seconded nĩ KTDA he factory citũ, KTDA nĩ yamacokerera na nĩo marehaga. Twatara maũndũ mau mothe tondũ agreement ĩno ĩranjia mweri wa mũgwanja mweri ĩmwe, mwaka ũcio niĩ no guarantee arĩmi a Murang'a atĩ nĩ magakorwo na extra ciringi 2 he kiro.
Solomon Maina akiuga rĩu no mũhaka KTDA ĩnyihanyihie mamwe ma maũndũ marĩa ĩrekaga kuona nĩ yatunyũkithio mbeca.
Cokia ngatho nyingĩ mũno harĩ directors a ithĩi cia Murang'a nĩ ũndũ ũmũthĩ nĩ metĩkĩra kũhe KTDA Management Services wĩra wa kũmenderia, wa kũmaprocessera macani mao na kũmendia. Njoke oho njuge ũhoro nĩ ũkorwo wĩna ũndũ mũritũ mũno harĩ KTDA nĩ tondũ revenue cia KTDA nĩ cigũkĩnyiha, no ningĩ nĩ ngwenda kũacua arĩmi aitũ na agũri aitũ a macani atĩ KTDA nĩ ĩkĩrĩte the correct technology kana maũndũ marĩa magĩrĩire nĩgetha ũnyihu ũcio wa revenue citũ ndũkũ affect quality wa quality ya macani.
Thutha wa mathaa 14.5 magwetha kĩhonia kĩa ũramati wa wendia wa macani, rũhonge rwa KTDA, Board of Kenya na directors a macani magĩa na ngirimiti ya wendia wa macani maya. Wakĩigua Kamũhwa Ngũnyĩra nĩguo ngururĩrie na ngũthererie tondũ gaka nĩ kanya kohoro kuma metumi Ndigi Magũrũ. Rĩtwa rĩakwa nĩ Sera wa Boi wa Mwangi.
Thirikari ya kaunti ya Kiambu nereketie kuhingia mamwe ma mateta kana kaunti ya Kiambu nereketie kuhingia mamwe ma mateta maria maratumite aligitani magome hende ya mucemanio gatagati ka governor Cecily Mbarile na arugamiriri a KMPDU. Akiaria ofisini yake governor Mbarile augite hende ya mucemanio ucio ni maraiguaniire kuriha muigana wa ciringi milioni 5.9 kwambatiria ikiro cia aligitani aria mari na ukuru wa miaka 55 odomwe na kuri honge itiganite cia thirikari.
Thank you.
The KMPDU has agreed to suspend the strike from 12th January 2024 up to 17th January 2024 when the bipartisan committee report will be tabled to the larger team chaired by the governor. Failure of both parties to agree, the industrial action will resume immediately. The doctors will resume work on 12th January 2024 at 8 a.m. The county agreed not to victimize any doctor who participated in the industrial action. Both parties have agreed that 1. All senior doctors above 55 years who are almost retiring to be promoted to the right job groups immediately. And I think those are how many? 6 in number. Doctors due for common cadre promotions to be effected immediately because it's between job group M and N. That's a common cadre and there's no budgetary implication. Shortage of doctors. The county acknowledged the severe shortage of at least 50 doctors, and it was agreed that in future, anytime a doctor exits service from Embu County, the funds will be ring-fenced for the employment of new doctors to replace them at similar terms as soon as the vacancy arises. Conversion of doctors under contractual terms to permanent and pensionable terms of employment. It was agreed that all the 9 doctors on contractual terms will be absorbed immediately on permanent and pensionable terms of service using the funds from doctors who have exited service in the last 1 year.
Mubuge wa Kiharu Ndindi Nyoro ni arugulitie mururumo wa keri wa mubango wa masomo bora kugerera mubango uyu aciari othe mathukuru ma thekondarĩ ma kuinukwo marerehaga ciringi 1,000 tu harĩ tamu mbeca iria cirehotithagia arutwo nginya kũrĩa thukuru-inĩ.
Tabarĩra ya masomo bora mwena wa Kiharu iteithagĩrĩria kuaura mũrigo mũnene wa marĩhi ma bithi kũrĩ aciari amwe mabataraga kũrĩha ciringi 1,000 iria cihotithagia ciana ciao kũheo nginya irio thukuru-inĩ. Mũmbunge wa Kiharu Ndindi Nyoro aigĩte keheri-inĩ ciringi milioni 100 tabarĩra-inĩ ĩno ikihutia nginya arĩa othe maraingĩrire form 1.
Milioni 100 katika majenzi ama infrastructure in our day secondary schools ya kukarabati, ya kujenga madarasa, ya kujenga laboratories, ya kujenga libraries so that we capacitate our day schools zikuwe na infrastructure na facilities ambazo ziko katika kila shule zingine.
Hĩndĩ ya igongona rĩa kwanĩrĩra mũbango ũyũ rĩrĩa rĩgwĩkinyĩtio nĩ ambunge a Gĩkĩhĩri, Ndindi nĩongereire milioni 20 cia kũgũra mabuku ma arutwo mathukuru-inĩ.
Form 1 katika hizo shule, term 1 tumekulipia na school fees tutakulipia. Wewe kama mzazi utaanza kulipia huyo mtoto school fees katika term 2 kwa sababu katika hizo 20 schools we are paying for the first fee, for the first term fees, and we are also buying uniforms for the form 1s.
Arutwo 15,000 arĩa mathomagira thukuru 62 cia kuinukwo nĩo matanyĩtwo kugunĩka na mũbango ũyũ.
Mpango yote ya Kiharu masomo bora fees ni shilingi only 1,000 per term kwa wale wote ambao wanasomea shule za day school za hapa Kiharu.
Ona kuri uguo ũteti wa ũtongoria wa gĩtarũ gĩa gatagatĩ nĩ warĩrĩirio nĩ ateti aya matongoretio nĩ seneta wa Murang'a John Nyutu makĩendekithia Ndindi Nyoro kũiyũkia ũtongoria wa kĩrĩma, mũrũgamo ũrĩa ũnyitĩtwo mbaru nĩ atongoria angĩ arĩa mauma gũkũ.
Ona jinsi mheshimiwa Ndindi Nyoro analea watoto katika shule, anafadhili masomo yao pamoja na zile miradi zingine zote ambazo anazifanya za kimasomo. Zinatutia moyo hata sisi kama viongozi wachanga pale bungeni.
Kiribotera Kameme TV, Njĩtagwo Nyambura wa Kiruba.
Arũgamĩrĩri thothaitĩ cia kahũa kaunti-inĩ ya Kirinyaga nĩ marutĩirwo mũkana wa gũtacũkĩrio makinya mahiũ ma kĩwatho wona mathiĩ na mbere na kungumia kĩgĩna kĩa mũrĩmi. Nĩ mũkana ũrĩa ũrutĩtwo nĩ Minister wa thothaitĩ Simon Chelugui arĩ kaunti-inĩ ya Kirinyaga, akĩheana mũhiano na thothaitĩ ya kahũa ya Rwama ĩrĩa ĩkirie kũhuka rĩu, akĩheana thikũ 21 kĩhonia gĩkorwo gĩethetwo.
It's our prayer, Jehovah God. Kwamba tumekuwa na hiki kikao.
Now, then sio kung'oa hiyo miti na hiyo 20 kilos. Ukiangalia hiyo miti itakufa 20 kilos. Ni vizuri Ruiru tuko na clonal garden pia.
Nyinyi wenyewe mnajua wakulima ni nani, waaminifu ni kina nani. Sasa while I'm going to take action, and you know this is a cross-cutting function. Hii ni kazi ya county na pia national. I want to send a very serious warning to those who are always tempted. Wakati uchaguzi anatumia milioni 5 kuchaguliwa kama mwenyekiti ya society. Wenyewe anafanya uchaguzi kuwe kali hata kushinda ile ya kuchagua MCA na MP. Ni nini unatafuta na hii pesa mingi unatafuta hii kura? Na ni kazi ya service to the members. Those men, and I've not heard of women, if there are, those people, your days are numbered.
Mambo ya management ya cooperative iangaliwe sana, sheria ndio watu wengine wasinyang'anye wengine pesa. Na tumekuwa na hiyo case hata hapa Gishogo, Rwama Cooperative Society. Kwa sababu sheria zimekuwa very weak. Cooperative Society ni ya kitambo. Na wakati tuliongea hivyo na PS na CS, wameanza mikakati, wamepeleka sheria kwa cabinet, imepitishwa. Tuliongea na PS siku nyingine akaniambia anafuatilia kwa Attorney General, ikuje mbunge, tuilete public participation, tuone zile sheria tutatengeneza za kulinda kila mkulima, hata yule mdogo pesa yake isibiwe na wale wa mambo nyenye wakubwa.
It cannot be that kuna career management committee, kuna career directors of cooperative societies. Career mtu amekaa miaka 40. The law says every year members wakuje waone kama wamefurahi na wewe, kama wamefurahi na wewe through the annual general meeting wafanye nini? Wakuondoe. Lakini siku hizi unajua tumepigana na kata Nairobi, lakini now the biggest push you get is hapa, kwa sababu hapa walikuja wakafika. Time has come for us to professionalize how we deal with people's property.
Ene mũgũnda wa kambuni ya mwana mwĩreri ũrĩa ũrĩ mwena wa Dabibi mwena ũrĩa wa Naivasha nĩ macokete na kwĩgwatĩra mũgũnda wao thutha wa ngucanio ya mĩaka mĩingĩ igoti-inĩ. Makĩaria na andĩki a mohoro wa memba mũgũnda ũyũ maugĩte thĩna wao mũnene gũcoka mũgũnda-inĩ ũyũ ũkoretwo arĩ nĩ gĩkundi kĩrĩa gĩatukanirie kuma kambuni-inĩ ĩno kĩrĩa gĩkoretwo gĩkiuga mũgũnda ũyũ nĩ wao.
Nua mwaka wa 1998 na tukaanza, tuliuziwa na ADC na tuko na document hizo, tuko na sale agreement ya shamba yenye tulipewa na ADC. Wenye walikuwako directors ndio walitafuta hili shamba, na wakati walinunua members 157. Kwa hivyo kati ya wale members wa Mwanamwireri 2,500 wale watu waliweza kununua hili shamba ni watu 157. Kesi ilianzwa 2012. Kesi imefanywa na document ziko hapo, wanarudisha appeal, tunawashinda. Mpaka dakika mwisho sasa waliweza kuingia hapa na kukuta wenye walikuwa wamejenga na kuwafurusha
Watu wanaingilia shamba hili na kusema kwamba shamba hili ni lao, wanadanganya watu. Na in fact kuna wengine hata sasa ambaye wanakatisha kama shares. Kila share shilingi 15,000. Kila share wanaitishwa 15,000 ati hiyo ni ya share. Kwa hivyo jambo hilo ndilo limefanya na sisi tukuje tuonyeshe
Oguo niguo maundu magiikarite na riboti yo kuma kuria Naivasha niyo yatukinyithiria muthia Mohoro Gitau toria tugukuhaririirie na tugakiuga ni ngatho muno ni undu waku gwetekera gutwarana hamwe na ithuĩ kuma riria cihandire thita thiini wa tabarĩra ya Ndurumeni matũra-inĩ o nginya riu twarikia gutiriha Mohoro Gitau na ni ngatho kuri aria othe manyitanira hari gutigirira ati riboti ici ni cia gukinyira na njira igwete. Tuguthio na mbere na kurumane na maundu matiganite maria marathie na mbere makihanikaga icigo-inĩ itiganite cia bũrũri niguo tukuharĩrĩrie ni undu wa mohoro matũra-inĩ o ndumwe na mũtamburũko wa mohoro. Ritwa rĩakwa nĩ Kimani wa Ngũnjiri tumane Nyambura wa Wamũca arĩ mũthathaũri na njĩra ya ciĩko ngwendithĩrie mĩaraho ĩihũirwo nĩ thayũ.
Kameme TV, mũthĩgi wa rũrĩrĩ.